Okay, so it has been a minute since I have actually sat down and filmed. I'm currently filming this December 22nd of 2024, and I have 3 weekly vlogs that are sitting in the archives right now. So much has happened over this last 3 months that I have been recovering from my gastric bypass surgery. I thought it'd be a cool idea if I sat down and chatted with you guys about where I'm at in my recovery, giving you guys like the 3-month update because we have now surpassed that. One of the main questions that I've been getting and that I still get to this day is, why did you get the surgery? So my starting weight was at 127 kilos. I was starting to suffer from sleep apnea. My cholesterol was high. I've spoken about my reasoning in a bunch of other videos, but there are so many health issues as well on my mum and dad's side of the family that have to do with weight. Also wanted to lose weight just for my own general confidence. I really felt like I had just become, I wouldn't say a shell of a person because I am who I am, and I've always been like very outspoken and loud, and like this is just who I am, right? But there definitely was a part of me that I feel like I have been hiding for the last maybe like 3 years now, 4 years. And I noticed that the bigger that I got, the less confident I got, the less I wanted to go out, the more of a recluse I became. And so they're the main reasons why I had the surgery done. And another huge reason was I would be at my grandparents' house, right? And I would see the amount of medication that they would have to take for their blood pressure, cholesterol, pain, this, that, and the other, hop, skip, and a jump, just so they can manage their health where they're at. And I very, very, very clearly do not want that life. Take you guys through the pre-surgery process very quickly. I went for my first consultation with my surgeon. No, spoke to my GP. My GP gave me a referral to a gastroenterologist / bariatric surgeon. This bariatric surgeon has done so many people that I know. So many people. So I already felt comfortable knowing that he would potentially be the one doing my surgery. Had my first appointment with him. We chatted about my goals. We chatted about my weight. We chatted about my yo-yoing in my weight, for the last 8 years. You want to go up? Ooh. Okay. Kenji's just gonna chill. Oh, you can't see him. He's behind me. Say hi. So I had my chat with him. As you guys know, I did this surgery with my mum. We both did it at the same time, literally one after the other in the operating room. And here's a little life hack if you're looking at doing this surgery. Get private health, okay? The reason why I say that is because we had to be on a premium that would cover weight loss surgery, right? Now that premium was say like $200 a month. We had to be on that premium for 12 months, I believe. And then we were eligible for our private health to cover our gastric bypass surgery. $200 a month times 12, that's $2,400 for the year. And you end up saving close to $15,000 off of your surgery if you do it that way. And then there is a little bit of a gap fee as well of about $5,000 to $6,000, which I saved up over the year. So I was like, okay, do I want to pay $23,000 for this surgery? Because that's roughly how much it is. Or do I pay $2,500, just wait a year and then just pay my gap fee? So that's what my mum and I decided to do. So we booked the surgery. We booked it 1 year from so literally, I think we started our private health policy on like the 17th of September, and we went in on the 19th of September the following year. So we booked the surgery for literally 2 days after the policy kicked in. About 9 months later, we had our pre-surgery consultation, what recovery was like. We got hooked up with a dietitian. I don't regret waiting a year at all. I'm such an impatient person. We went into this surgery so well equipped with the knowledge of what could potentially go wrong and what to expect. Whereas a lot of people go into this surgery just thinking, oh, it's just a little cut, and like it's done. No, bitch. There is so much that goes into it. In terms of the recovery after it. 2 weeks before our surgery, our dietitians told us that we needed to start a pre-op diet, depending on your BMI. If your BMI is higher, you have to be on the pre-op diet for longer. Now, the pre-op diet is really important to shrink the fat around your liver. So that way, when they're moving shit around inside of you, disgusting, I know, they can actually get to your stomach, because otherwise, if your liver is still too inflamed, inflamed, they will literally just sew you back up and say, see you later. Come back when you fucking listen to us. If you guys haven't watched the vlogs, I highly recommend that you do, because it was a very interesting process. In that 2 weeks, I lost 5 kilos. Surgery day. You guys would have seen what surgery day was like for me and my mom. All good in the beginning, and then we got wheeled in, and then we got wheeled out, and then that's when things got a little bit tricky. They gave us fentanyl on the clicker, right? So like every 5 minutes, if you feel pain, click, 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 and like it dispenses, then like you don't feel a fucking thing, right? It was gorge. However, Mum and I both had reactions to fentanyl. It was just way too fucking strong of a painkiller. Next day after surgery, I had an okay sleep. I didn't really sleep a whole lot that first night, but the next day, couldn't keep my fucking eyes open, and neither could Mum. We were out cold. We had the physio walk in and be like, hi guys, ready to go for a walk? And me and Mum were like, what the fuck? I can't even open my eyes to look at you, let alone go for a walk. We were feeling so nauseous. I did end up throwing up 3 times that day. Obviously isn't good, especially after you've had stomach surgery. When you throw up, your stomach goes into knots. Not a fun time. Did my stomach hurt when I threw up? No. It didn't hurt. Obviously, there was probably still anesthetic in my system. After I threw up, they were like, all right, we're taking you off the fentanyl. We're just gonna give you like literally Panadol. So my mum and I were like, okay, Panadol, fucking great. But to be honest, we both stopped taking it after the second day just because we didn't feel like we really needed it. First few weeks post-op was definitely tricky. We were going through like the liquid phase, and then the puree phase, and then the soft food phase, and then your regular food phase. We were told that we would roughly be on each phase for about like a week. It was more like 2 weeks for each phase. Even till now, like there are still some foods that I just cannot digest. The best way that I can describe it is, you know, when you get like indigestion and it feels like someone is just poking you right here and it's going through you. That's what it fucking feels like. It's not a fun time. So for the first, 3-4 weeks, we were on our liquid phases and all that stuff. Then once we hit solids, I've had quite a tricky run with figuring out what foods I can eat and what I can't eat. The one thing that no one spoke about on YouTube videos, on recovery videos, like I was watching every fucking vlog you could imagine. The one thing that no one spoke about was the fact that you'll be able to eat something on Monday and you won't be able to eat that same thing on Tuesday. If I have toast on Monday, Tuesday, I'm throwing it up. Like, it's fucked. I'm trying to think, like, otherwise everything's pretty much all good. Like, I can eat pretty much everything now, just really, really small amounts of certain things that with trial and error, I have found take a little bit longer to digest. So those foods there, I eat a lot less of and I eat a lot slower. And then like salads, for example, I can smash down pretty quickly. Am I eating as much as I was before? Absolutely not. I did like a 5 things I wish my surgeon told me about on my TikTok. So if you guys haven't seen that, I highly suggest you do. My weight loss at the moment, I started at 127.6 kilos. As I'm filming this, I am currently 98.6 kilos. So I have lost 29 kilos in 3 months, just over 3 months. That's a lot of weight in a really short amount of time. I had an appointment with my surgeon yesterday and I literally said to him, I'm like, is this normal to be losing this much weight so quickly? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. Some people lose 60 kilos in the first 3 months, but obviously those people weigh a lot more. I haven't taken measurements. I never took measurements, but I do have before and after photos, which I'm not going to show in this video. Maybe I'll do that in my 1 year if you're lucky. Aside from losing weight, I've been sleeping so much better. I have so much more energy now, which is funny because I'm eating way less. I've noticed that a lot of my confidence has come back, which has been really nice. And I guess I do have a little bit of like a different outlook on life, like of excitement. There's been some things recently that have happened that have made me really want to sit down and reconnect with people again and do that in a podcast setting. I absolutely love podcasts. I love talking. Clearly, nothing fits me at all anymore. Like I need to be buying new clothes, but I'm just not, because I'm just gonna wait until I've lost majority of the weight that I want to lose. So my new diet consists of 3 meals a day. They're not big meals. I will have like a poached egg on toast in the morning, or 1.5 to 2 Weet-Bix with some honey and milk, porridge with berries and honey. It's kind of like like, you know, what I was eating before, but just a lot less. For lunches, I pretty much eat anything. I'll sometimes make like a burrito bowl, or I'll have a salad. I'll make myself a good like tuna salad. Yeah, lunches are mainly something light and airy and something that I can kind of pick at while I'm doing work, kind of go back to. So like nothing that's too temperature sensitive. And dinner is pretty much whatever. I can now eat rice. I'm slowly introducing pasta again and like heavier breads. My body image is still like, I still look at myself and I still like, I see a slimmer version of myself, but in my head, I'm still like, you're fat. It's the weirdest fucking thing ever. But honestly, having the support of a really good, close group of friends around me, and even like the girls that I work with, like Dee, Mel, and Steph, I'm so grateful for them. Also, joining a Facebook group. I feel like such a boomer saying this, but if you're really considering this, or if you're looking at doing a surgery like this, like there are entire Facebook groups dedicated to just bariatric recipes, TikTokers who show what they eat in a day, and like that's their whole channel. So like there is so much support out there. When I talk to other people who have also had this surgery done, every single person has said to me, fuck what everyone else says. At the end of the day, you know what is right for you. This surgery may not be right for you. Talk to your doctor, talk to a surgeon if you can. Do your homework. Do your fucking homework and don't rush into it. Rushing into something like this is going to be the biggest wake-up call and low-key panic attack that you'll ever have, because there are so many moving parts to this surgery. It's not just linear. You need to be physically and emotionally and spiritually ready for. That is, I guess, like my 3-month update. I'll probably film another one of these videos in 3 months' time. If you guys have any questions in particular about recovery or any of the stages, please leave them down below, or DM me on Instagram if you want to be anonymous, and I will be sure to include them in my next video. As I said, I'm really hoping this year, next year I should say, bring the podcast back. I'm figuring out the logistics of that at the moment. I really feel like next year, 2025, is going to be such a bigger and better year for me personally. So yeah, if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you unsubscribe, and no, please subscribe. Also, another good thing since this surgery, my asthma has gotten so much better because there's not as much weight crushing my fucking lungs. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.